They do not want you to know this. Most people never escape paycheck living. Stay till end to break the cycle. Like, share, subscribe for money, freedom, comment. If you relate to this struggle, most people believe the main reason they live paycheck to paycheck is because they simply do not earn enough money to survive comfortably in the modern world. This belief feels logical and comforting because it shifts responsibility away from habits and toward external circumstances that feel impossible to control. However, studies repeatedly show that many individuals increase income yet continue experiencing the same financial stress year after year. The problem is not always income, but the invisible financial patterns that quietly grow alongside rising salaries and promotions. When income increases, lifestyle expectations also increase, which silently absorbs every additional dollar earned. Lifestyle inflation is the silent upgrade of everyday life that feels harmless in the moment but becomes financially destructive over time. Small upgrades like better phones, nicer apartments, frequent dining, and premium subscriptions. 15 slowly become permanent expenses. Each upgrade feels deserved after hard work, which makes the spending emotionally distasteful and difficult to question. Over months and years, these upgrades transform into fixed costs that quietly expand the monthly financial burden. Eventually, income grows, but expenses grow faster, creating the same financial pressure at a higher earning level. This cycle convinces people they still need more money instead of recognizing expanding spending habits. The danger is not luxury, but the automatic nature of upgrading without long-term planning. Breaking this cycle requires awareness and intentional decisions rather than emotional spending. Unexpected expenses play a massive role in keeping people trapped in financial instability and constant stress. Car repairs, medical bills, home maintenance, and family emergencies appear regularly without warning or preparation. Without emergency savings, these costs immediately destroy monthly budgets and push people into debt. Debt then creates new monthly payments that reduce future financial flexibility and increase long-term stress. This repeating pattern creates a feeling that life is constantly working against financial progress. In reality, the absence of preparation makes every emergency feel larger and more damaging than it actually is. Credit cards and easy financing offer short-term relief while quietly building long-term financial pressure. Minimum payments create the illusion of affordability, but extend debt repayment across many years. Interest accumulates silently, turning small purchases into expensive long-term financial commitments. People believe they are managing debt responsibly, while the total balance barely decreases each month. This trap consumes income that could otherwise build savings and long-term financial security. The longer debt exists, the more it steals future opportunities and financial freedom. Breaking free requires aggressive repayment strategies and awareness of interest and impact. Understanding the true cost of debt changes how spending decisions feel emotionally. Many adults enter working life without ever learning how money management truly works in practical daily situations. Schools rarely teach budgeting, investing, saving, or understanding debt in ways that prepare students for adulthood. Without knowledge, people rely on trial and error, which often leads to costly mistakes and long recovery periods. Financial education changes perspective and replaces confusion with confidence and clarity. Learning how money works transforms fear into strategy and stress into long-term planning. The absence of education keeps people repeating the same financial patterns across generations. Social media constantly exposes people to lifestyles that appear luxurious, successful, and financially effortless. These images create pressure to match appearances, even when financial reality cannot support those choices. People begin spending money to maintain social identity rather than meet personal financial goals. Comparison fuels emotional spending that prioritizes image over long-term stability and security. This pressure is subtle but powerful, because humans naturally seek belonging and acceptance. Breaking this cycle requires redefining success based on personal goals rather than external validation. Financial peace often requires ignoring unrealistic expectations from online environments. Real wealth is often invisible and quiet rather than flashy and public. Freelancers, gig workers, and contract employees experience income fluctuations that make consistent budgeting extremely difficult. Months of strong earnings can be followed by slow periods that disrupt financial stability and planning. Without flexible budgeting strategies, this irregular income creates constant stresses and uncertainty. Traditional financial advice often assumes stable monthly income, which does not match modern work realities. Building larger savings buffers becomes essential for anyone with unpredictable earnings. Planning for income variation creates resilience and reduces financial anxiety significantly. Adapting financial strategies to modern work is essential for long-term stability. Flexibility becomes the new foundation of financial planning. Money is deeply connected to emotions, comfort, reward, stress relief, and personal identity. Many purchases happen not because of necessity, but because of emotional triggers and temporary feelings. Retail therapy, convenience spending, and impulse buying provide short relief, but long-term consequences. Understanding emotional spending patterns reveals hidden leaks in monthly budgets. Replacing emotional spending with healthier coping strategies reduces financial pressure gradually. Awareness transforms unconscious habits into intentional decisions over time. Emotional control becomes financial control in everyday life. Mastering spending psychology creates lasting financial change. Escaping paycheck living rarely happens through dramatic overnight transformation or sudden income increases. Small, consistent habits repeated monthly create powerful, long-term financial progress and stability. Saving small amounts regularly builds emergency funds that prevent future debt cycles. Tracking spending reveals opportunities for gradual improvement and smarter decision-making. Consistency builds momentum that becomes motivation and confidence over time. Financial freedom grows slowly but steadily with discipline and patience. Progress may feel slow, but it compounds into meaningful change. Every small step contributes to long-term financial independence. Freedom begins when awareness replaces denial and intentional action replaces automatic habits. Understanding spending patterns, debt impact, and savings importance changes financial direction permanently. Building emergency savings, reducing debt, and controlling lifestyle inflation creates real progress. The journey requires patience, discipline, and consistent learning over time. No single change solves everything, but many small changes transform financial reality. Anyone can begin improving their situation, regardless of starting point. The first step is awareness, and the next step is consistent action. Financial freedom begins with one intentional decision today. Share this with someone struggling today. Like, share, subscribe for financial freedom. Comment your biggest money challenge below. Your new chapter starts right now. See you in the next video.